Welcome back to the Ed Show. Another day, another big story about Romney's financial stake in outsourcing American jobs. The latest involves a company which thrived on outsourcing. It's called Global Tech Appliances, and it's based in Hong Kong. Mitt Romney invested in two different ways: through a subsidiary of Bain Capital and through an offshore company called Sancati Limited. Here's the map. From 1998 until 1999, Romney's share in global tech ranged from 6% to 10%, according to Mother Jones. So his money, his investment, was flowing to Hong Kong company Global Tech. Global Tech manufactured household appliances in China. And there's a reason we show American jobs flowing to China. See, the company relied on outsourcing by American companies to fuel its business. Here's what Global Tech's CEO said back in 1998. Although it appears that customers such as Sunbeam are not outsourcing their manufacturing as quickly as we had anticipated, we still believe the long-term trend towards outsourcing will continue. The company's success relied on American companies' desire to outsource, and Mitt Romney, well, he was happy to invest his money. Bear in mind, this is just a small part of Mitt Romney's outsourcing and offshoring problem. Romney says he will create American jobs.
If I'm president, job one for me will be creating jobs. Let me say that again. My agenda is not to put in place a series of policies that get me a lot of attention and applause. My policy will be, number one, create jobs for the American people. I do not have a hidden agenda.
But that's not how he did it in the private sector. Let's turn to Ohio Senator Sherrod Brown. Senator, good to have you with us tonight.
Good to be with you, Ed.
Mitt Romney's years as a businessman were no stranger to outsourcing. I mean, is this going to be the key for Democrats across the country when you start talking about creating jobs, working this angle against him?
Well, I've been working on this for years, and we've got a number of American businesses and large corporations have followed this sort of model. I think, in my mind, unbeknownst in human history before this, unknown to human history before this, where they shut down production in Steubenville or Cleveland or Toledo, and they move it to Wuhan or Xi'an or Beijing, and then sell the products back into the United States. And that's what I think the American people are waking up to. That they see a presidential candidate that basically has done his job that way, and in many ways, that's what this Olympic story is about with our athletes. If awards were given out for breaking trade laws, China would get the gold medal, and that's what we're seeing with all this outsourcing and all these trade agreements, and all that far too many people in the elite in this country have done to the middle class. It really is an ultimate betrayal of our country into the middle class.
You think Mitt Romney betrayed the American economy?
Well, I think that he's part of a group of business people who saw the best way to do business was shut down production here, move it abroad, make it there, sell back in the United States. You can avoid labor laws, you can pay lower wages, you can evade environmental and worker safety rules, and the bottom line gets better. And, I think that, again, back to this Olympic Committee thing, I think my guess is, I don't know the people in the U.S. Olympic Committee, but my guess is there are a bunch of business people who think nothing of outsourcing because it pads their bottom line in their work lives, in their personal businesses, in their profession. Why not do it with the Olympic Committee too?
Okay, you're talking about the uniforms for the Olympic the Olympic
team. Talking about the opening, yeah. I mean, there's a company in Cleveland, a company with I think 300 workers. I've been to the plant several times. It's in the Brooklyn section of Cleveland, Old Brooklyn, and they
but
make
why didn't
suits.
they get them done here?
Stuff.
Why didn't they get them done here?
I don't know, because the U.S. Olympic. I think because the U.S. Olympic Committee thinks like much of the elite CEOs of the big companies in this country that outsource, the way they think is move it offshore, pad the bottom line, makes sense to me.
This has caused quite a stir. This has caused quite a stir on the Hill, hasn't it?
Well, it's caused quite a stir, and the American people understand this intuitively, that when we do stuff like this, it means we lay off teachers in communities where there are plant closings and firefighters. It means families break apart sometimes because of everything falls apart for them.
Well,
it means kids kids can't go to college.
There's one other subject I want to bring up with you, Senator. Today, Senate Republicans filibustered a bill giving small businesses a tax break. Now, you consider all this talk from the Republican side of the world about how they are for small business and they are the job creators. You can't raise taxes on the job creators and the small businesses, yet they passed on an opportunity today to help small business. Did they not?
Yeah, well, it goes back. You know what it is, Ed. Mitch McConnell made that statement a number of times that his number one goal for the last 2 years has been to make sure that Barack Obama's not reelected. This is part of the game plan today. This actually, if we had done this, it might have been a feather in Barack Obama's cap. So, Nope, can't do it. Got to filibuster, got to block it. That's the games they're playing. They did it with the highway bill. They did it with the debt ceiling. They're doing it with all kinds of jobs bills. And it's just, it's outrageous.
Senator, good to have you with us. Sherrod Brown of Ohio here on the Ed Show. Thanks so much. Mitt Romney gets caught in yet another lie. I mean, it just keeps on coming. See what it is next. And the GOP keeps on lying about President Obama and taxes. Former Governor Ed Rendell, Joy Reid, and Susan Del Percio weigh into the big panel. Stay with us. We're coming right back.